Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome. This is Munira Sheikh here, and I'm your leadership coach. In our last discussion, we had a really detailed, insightful discussion about why leadership is important. And I'll take you directly to my sheet, which we were working upon. And this is the way I like to work that we practically do something, understand on some whiteboard or where I can discuss with you all the details. So let me share my screen. And so here, these are the points we discussed last time, that why it is so important, what entails in leadership, plus why in 2024 and onwards, the new future which is coming in front of us, why it is so important that everyone has to become a leader. Everyone must strive to become a leader. And this is not very dream kind of a thing, or it's not like something which is impossible, or it's not like unnecessary. In my last video, I discussed a lot about the importance of leadership, and that is why the name of my program is Marvel Your Future with Leadership, because future is something is always coming. Either we are in the process of now and today, or we are looking forward to step into our new future. About the leadership in future, every time it's changing and evolving, and a lot of new things are coming up to challenge us. And these challenges are not only in our education system, in professional outlook, and how people are working, in which style they are working. Are they hybrid or working from home or in office? It's more than that. It's about how are you going to deal with these new scenarios. I believe that new things are ever coming. In the past also, in the history also, there was something new for the people who were not introduced to the concept, and then it became normal, and then it became usual thing. Similarly, the new generation, which is getting ready now to be more digitized and more AI oriented, they will be ready for the future. The thing is that we will still stay humans, right? We will still have 24-hour day. We will still have needs which are necessary for a human being to survive on this earth, which is like sleep, eat, have fun, have relationships, have time for yourself, and love yourself, love your family, earn money. These are the facts which we cannot put them on a side and say that everything will become easy because now it is AI and I'm going to, flourish very easily because things are becoming easy for me. Every person comes up with their own challenges. Every mindset has their own challenge. So my challenge is not your challenge, and your challenge is not a challenge for someone else. Similarly, everyone also comes up with a solution. Now, that solution could be different for me, different for other person. So why my course is important for you? My course is important for you because I'm discussing about those facts which are general and applicable to everyone. They are based on universal laws. These are based on experiences. These are based on what you go through in your mind. These are based on the headings which you will see. And today we are going to discuss in detail that there are certain things which will not change, which always stay same. It depends on each individual how they understand and comprehend those things, and then they put in themselves into that slab or stack or set of the software, and then you will fit in there, and then you will run with the software. So let's put another sheet here, and before that, let's move on to this new slide. This whole presentation is about my leadership program, and when I go to companies, I run through this, walk them through these slides. But I'm taking you step by step on the video call also, so that if you are listening me on YouTube or my podcast, or you're following me on LinkedIn, you can simply go through the program easily, step by step in each video. By the way, I am on LinkedIn by the name of Munira Sheikh, and you can follow me there so that you keep on following what are the updates coming, when is the book getting launched, and then you can book an appointment for your personal one-on-one leadership session as well. I do cohorts. In a group of 4 or 5, depending how things go on. So now we discuss about why it is important. Leadership is important in the future. Leadership foundation is really very important, and the key principles around it is really very important. The key principles revolve around leading yourself, your emotional intelligence, high impact team, and leadership styles. And by the way, whatever we are discussing here is going to be surrounded by the areas which are either connected to you, your personality, your thoughts, your mindset, your development, or it is related to the company you are working in, professional environment, in the professional setup, and how you think along the side of this using these tools in your professional environment. So when you are dealing with people, when you are working on your project, when you have to match the timeline, when you have to struggle in and having anxiety with some deadline coming up. So that's how we are going to do. Now, leadership, if you have listened to my previous videos, you will understand what leadership is and why it is important. Now, today, I'm going to discuss that these 4 elements are really very important. Leading yourself. What is leading yourself? How can you lead yourself? Leading yourself means that you have a disciplined life where you are in command to control your emotions, to control your timetable, to control your habits, to control your actions and reactions. Now, you might say that, I'm talking about something about discipline? Yes, discipline is part of leading yourself. Discipline gives you a good time management skill. Discipline keeps you on a steady road of development. Discipline also helps you to improve bit by bit for something that you aspire, you are striving for, or you are striving for, discipline also helps you if you're aspired for something, right? You are aspiring to achieve some habits, some new development, or some new project. But it is only one part for leading yourself, because leading of myself actually includes a lot. I think, I see, I get attracted to different things which I might not afford. I get attracted to different scenarios or different houses or different relationships. I could get attracted to things which might be looking good from the outer side, but if they come into my boundary of my values, maybe it doesn't fit in. I also think, and I have whatever I'm using I for myself is actually the same thing for you as well. So I also think there is a talk going on, there is a continuous conversation going on inside my head. And that conversation is without my trigger. That conversation actually needs any outer trigger or any internal feeling which triggers it. So leading myself is a whole big project, first of all. It is not difficult. It is not to be afraid of. There is no apprehension to be felt about it. We all can manage ourselves. We all can lead ourselves. But that's the basic point. If I cannot lead myself, if I cannot lead myself in a way as I think now is right, or is the way to move forward, then I cannot lead others. Because I have to be a role model also. I have to, by the way, we will talk about this, that being a role model doesn't mean you have to be a superpower, or doesn't mean you have to be super perfect. No, actually, as a role model, you have to define so many different real things we go through as humans, so that other people get some inspiration around it. I was saying that leading myself is so very important, because if I have a strong foundation, then I can lead others, then I can set examples, and then I can set for myself also, and for my health also. This is so important, because then I will try to understand myself. What are my likes? What are my dislikes? How do I trigger myself? How do I motivate myself? What should I do to myself when I'm sad or depressed? If I'm going through anxiety, what should I do? How should I have my boundaries so that people do not step in my boundary? And how should I respect other people's boundaries? How should I deal with my depression? What should I be doing when I'm depressed? What should I be doing when I'm about to become anxious? What am I be doing when I'm sleepless, or things are just rolling on in my mind about my projects, or my about to be closed deal, or if I'm really working hard on a project and I want to close the sales deal and it's not going through well, what should I be doing? So these different scenarios will need my different attention, my different leadership skills, and my different personality skills. So everything involves a lot in leading yourself. Another thing is that emotional intelligence also becomes a part and is connected to leading yourself. Why? Because many times we get detracted, many times we disassociate with things, many times we become very sensitive towards some scenarios, many times we get really attracted towards something because of lack or weak emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is not a pack, right? It's not a fixed thing which I can say that take this and you will be emotionally intelligent. It's a process. You build up in emotional intelligence. It nurtures in your mind because then you experience things, you learn from them, you have your lessons, and you move on. Again, if you are leading yourself, you will extract emotionally from an event, from a person, from a scenario, from a day, what is necessary for yourself, right? And becoming a leader or being a leader helps you to know and understand what actually resonates with me well, what actually is my thing. See, in this world, we live in two areas. One is just, above the surface. I always say above the surface. People are living, masses are living above the surface. Oh, wow, that thing is really very nice. Oh, wow, that girl is really very nice and good looking. Oh wow, that house is something which I really wanted. And then to move towards that likeness, people tend to do something which they shouldn't be doing, or even it is in the right boundary, people are stepping in that boundary without understanding how much am I sacrificing myself, much am I sacrificing my energy, my time, my values. And many a times we do not understand what values do we have. So understanding your own values, understanding what value will that attraction part will bring to me, or understanding that how what value this thing will bring to me, and how should I add value to the community as well, how should I be adding some good value around myself. So emotional intelligence is again, and we will discuss, by the way, all these topics one by one again in a broader scope when I'll be actually conducting that course of a marvel your future in detail. So once you have these two part of leading yourself and leading yourself with emotional intelligence, then comes your impact on your team members and your peers and your surrounding and your family members, friends and followers, right? So how will you impact them enough so that they become high impact teams, or everybody's contributing in a positive way. Now, high impact doesn't mean always revenue. High impact doesn't mean always big salaries. High impact doesn't mean always doing something great, which becomes news and media is there to interview you, or TV channels are there to invite you on their show. High impact also means that if I am managed, I'm leading myself well, and I am able to happily make my kids sleep on time. Right? This is a very basic example. So they get this habit of sleeping well and have enough sleep so their body heals, their body rejuvenates, right? So if I am able to create this impact that people start understanding, who are around me, that people start understanding that whatever she's doing, and it is something useful, something we should also adapt, something we should also admire, and then bring that habit into our lives, that is high impact, right? So high impact can be very small habit, very small step, very small action, but it's high in value. It's adding something to the person's life. It's adding something to your life. It's adding something to the community. Then again, we have leadership styles, right? The leadership styles you might have learned, and again, Bookish things are available. You can go and Google, you will find different leadership styles. There is a dominant style, there is a conscientiousness style, there is influencing style, there is steady style, and then so on and so forth. There are so many different styles. There is also dominating leadership style and servant-based leadership style. The point is, it is very important to understand. I keep emphasizing this, that it is so important that you understand what is my value, who am I, why am I, what do I like, what I dislike, why do I like, and why do I dislike. What happens if I open up a bit and let another point of view, perception, idea, belief, or system or model come into my boundary or my scope of work? How will that benefit me? How can I add value to the same idea? So understanding is really very important, and leadership style understanding tells you. So if I am a dominant person, for example, I'm not, but if I'm a dominant person and I have this understanding and knowledge of leadership styles, it will first of all affect me when I'm alone. And when I'm going through a project and I know that I'm a dominant person, this means that I want fast-paced project results. And automatically, it also is aligned that it has to be very correct. It has to be authentic. It has to be proven. So this means there is some detailed work and diligence which needs to be done at the team level or at the research team level, who is gathering all the insights around it to bring that thing here. So if I am a dominant style leader, I'm understanding myself, so I know and prepare my mind that, okay, I will be checking this part and this part. So I should indicate my team that you should be very authentic in these areas, because then I will be convinced to accept your project or proposal or any suggestion. But at the same time, if my team members or so this was my own inner self impact of understanding my style. What is the outer impact? Outer impact is that I know my style well, and I know my team might be having different other personalities. So I should not expect from everyone to be everything, right? So there would be some people I'll be expecting from that they will be giving me insights. And there would be some people who would be giving me some really influencing, some really energetic way of presenting. So I will have that person to align with the person who is collecting all the insights, and then combine together and put a good presentation in front of me. I could also see that, okay, we have someone who is not very well spoken, who is not good in presentation or communication, but is slow and steady with the pace. So I will say that, okay, this part of the project is really, we have good enough time in that, but we really need diligence, and we really need a person to look into the details and understand. And so you should align together and then work on that part. So it also helps me, how should I create my team? What type of members should I pull into the team for a project, right? Not every dominant style, every aggressive style and fast go-getter kind of a person cannot, if I have those 10 people in one team, I group them together and put my project into their hands. Will it work? Will it give me the right conclusion or end of the project? Will it give me the power and the impact I want to create with that project? No, it might actually end at a pace where I really would not like it, right? So this is so important that we understand these areas, and the leadership foundation things. Our foundation is actually based on these key principles, which I wanted to address, and therefore this video, I hope it is helpful and beneficial for you. So in the next video, I'm going to go around with some tips, how some ideas which you can sketch on a piece of paper for you to estimate how, build up some solutions for problems. So see you in the next video. Thank you.